gross.
Should we do this? Should we look in the mirror or in the mirror in the? I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
No, this is this is a little experiment. First of all, this is us trying to figure out. We're gonna try to do a live podcast with guests. Like obviously we could take live people calling in via Zoom. I don't know why I said Zoom. Soon people will zooming in and we'll be able to talk to. We have no idea who's going to be on. Yeah. It's anybody in the friends list. So anybody's. This is a little fun thing that I wanted to try for not guest list episodes, but just people that are that want to be on the show that maybe I didn't know. Basically, or if they just want to pop on, tell us.
Yeah, just saying like hello,
family, friends.
It was a last minute thing. We'll try. We'll see how this goes. This is, like you said, an experiment, and then we'll schedule it out next time. We'll say like tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Make an event. But until then, I wanted to catch up with you, babe. How you been?
Good.
How are you doing during the pandemic? Officially, what has been your silver linings playbook?
That's a good. I like that movie. I know it's kind of not everyone likes it, but I don't think you would like it. But
you did well, yeah. So,
I did like it.
Yeah.
I would say staying home with you.
Yeah.
Like this is a lot of fun. Yeah. This has been a lot of fun. I really don't want to go back to work.
Yeah,
I'm really digging this routine we've gotten into.
Yeah.
But I'm the money maker. Got to go back to work.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the money trying to make her, so I've got to.
So that I can stop working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, essentially, if we can get to the point where we're even at this level, where we both can work from home. Again, both of us missing outside interactions. I'm missing jujitsu. You're missing what? I don't know.
Nothing.
You're perfectly fine with
I'm perfectly fine with this. I do miss going out, like
movies.
Definitely movies, out to eat. I really enjoyed going to shows. Even Mike's, it's fun. Yeah. Even when it's not. When there's people that aren't funny, but Thursday nights was so much fun.
That barely ever happens. Barely at open mics is there somebody that's not funny. I mean, pretty
Church
much
of Satire, that club, and everybody that works there is so much fun.
Yeah.
But I just that stuff is fun, and we do travel a good amount, so that has been disappointing not being able to travel. I love New York City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
same.
I'm really sad. Who knows when we're gonna go back to the city?
What'll be left of it?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
The other thing I was thinking about the other day, so I know we've talked about, obviously, like, we would love to move to the city, and we're so glad that we didn't. We almost did last September, and we would be screwed if we had at this point. But I wonder if there's going to be a lot of people that end up leaving, and then what if real estate goes down, and then after this will be a good time to move to New York.
And then we can overpopulate again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
true.
That's the thing is, like, a lot of people are, it's so funny because there's so many people that are just getting, like, they're being like kind of cunty about the fact that they're like, guys, $1,200 now. Like, I saw an article actually saying like, a lot of people need to tell the people that are $1,200 is not a lot in New York City. Because there's too many of you. That's, you know what I mean? Like, $1,200 should be more than enough to live off. But again, it's not, $1,200 is not to live off of. It's $1,200 extra. Yeah, it's saying like, here's this unemployment,
but it doesn't go far in places like New York.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
so move somewhere where it does.
Even Florida, I don't think it would go very far. And California, like all of those places, it is there to help. But for people like us in situations that our overhead is real low, that $1,200 was very helpful.
Yeah.
To be able to, like, just put away. A lot of people got that $1,200 and it immediately went to bills. Right. And that is what it's for, right, is to help with that stuff. But for us, it did end up just being extra money because at this point, how low we have our overhead, which we do intentionally. is it was able to be like, oh, here's a little extra money, and then we can just save it, and because who knows what's going to happen in 4 months, like.
Well, and that's the
like
thing is it's also been we've been able to save money and also still been able to enjoy that. See, that's the thing is like a lot of people that I've been talking to, and we're gonna have John Danik on the show I think tomorrow night, but is the fact that like people feel guilty the fact that it's not hard for them. Like some people are feeling guilty the fact that they aren't having a hard time with it because, and not necessarily just him, and I'm saying it, but us even people like that are, but I can't feel bad. It's the same thing with like you. Yeah, but I have
emotions.
Yeah.
You don't. So like guilt it's real, and especially when I am still like working.
Yeah.
But I have like my peers that have been working this whole time, and they're super stressed, which I understand. And then I'm just sitting here like, it's cool. I'm cool right now. Yeah. I'm enjoying this. I'm taking every opportunity to just kind of chill, and because I know it's going to be crazy when I get back to work. So I'm just taking advantage of this time. But yeah, you don't really have emotion. So do you even know what guilt is?
Yeah, I mean, guilt? I have guilt. I do feel guilty. I do understand, but it's also like,
ooh.
Oh, hold on. We got
what up, Aunt Kathy?
We got peeps. We got our first guest coming in.
Hello.
The first participant. Hello. We are recording, just to let you know. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm only here for a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. You can say hello.
I just wanted to see you.
How you been?
Isolated, teaching from home, Zooming a lot.
How is that going?
I do 9 kids throughout the week, about 3 times a week, each one, and it lasts like 40, 45, 50 minutes each one-on-one. So it's difficult because sometimes they can't get on and they see something that's that says, oh, you're in a meeting. Yeah, I'm in your meeting, but you're not there,
Yeah.
So
what grade is it?
What?
What grade do you teach?
I'm doing 8 first grade and 1 second grade.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy. How's it going for you guys?
Good. Yeah, we were just talking about that, like how it's been pretty smooth sailing.
We feel kind of guilty. Because so far we've been doing well. Like we've really enjoyed the time together. We've been cooking together every night. Yeah. We've been we've taking turns. We've been hanging out with the kitty cats. They're napping all over the place here. Like and also like been able to, like, we were just discussing because of the situation. We were discussing moving to New York City like last September, and if we would be screwed and trapped, or we would have been forced to escape back to Florida or something.
Which I'm sure you all would have loved.
That would have been fine.
They're probably like,
if we get there before they close the borders, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It's so like we are definitely fortunate, and we feel kind of guilty because we're like, not to mention, I think we may have already had it. So.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. And
my sister-in-law, Carl's sister, his brother, and his wife had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're all in New York, right?
Yeah, and she's been really bad because she just got a negative test, but it could still be positive.
Yeah. And
then she still has all the symptoms. So she's had a really rough time the last 6 weeks. She's been like 6 weeks doing this. So
that's rough.
Yeah, she had it really, really, really bad. So but yeah, I mean, it's I like it. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. That's what we've been saying is like we've been watching movies.
I'm trying to figure out a way that I can still have like
do this
my job, but like I mean, you can't do retail from home, but I'm gonna find a way. If there's a will, there's a way.
There's got to be something.
We bought a lot of shirts and stuff like that. While we bought this green screen that works perfectly. You want to see our green screen?
Sure.
Oh man,
I see it.
This looks so good. So we'll just do a little advertising. How about that? There we go.
It doesn't.
What do you think? Is that how it's supposed to work, or is it
No, you know what?
Either way.
Do you see behind me? That's a screen.
Yeah.
That's, you know, what I found, it's a Seminole screen, but
Yeah.
some of them don't work because you see everything going in and out. So I have to tell the kids, they find, shut that off. I can't see you. The kids are really grateful, which I really like, especially when I do like Zoom parties.
Yeah.
You know, parents are really grateful. I was only going to do, so many kids were going to be one-on-one, and I was going to do groups. Parents don't want that. So, it is what it is. You know, it sucks. You know, when we go to Carl's appointments, I can't go in. I have to sit in the car, sweat my ass off. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want, but I'm, you know, and it bugs me. But you know, I mean, I'm spending more money on food.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah.
Because I'm only going once a week, but it's a lot.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
You know,
I
it's like,
did that. And we were laughing that we said it's like going to IKEA again.
Yeah.
Because you like, at least up here, you have to go through, weave in and out of every
they have like
aisle.
down here they have that here too, but I've been really getting good. I go Friday at, you know, and I'm out of the house by 6:30. I get home by 9:30. You know, but that's going to where I had to go. If I have to pick up medications, I have to wait for something to open, because now they're not open all the time. But yeah, it's a lot of, to me, it's more planning.
Yeah.
You know,
oh yeah.
You guys look amazing. I see all your little things here. You look great, and I loved how'd your skin feel?
Oh, good. Very good. It's very smooth now. Apparently, I was doing it all wrong. I had no idea.
He's scratching his face.
She told me that's what she said to do to
We've been
exfoliate.
Married for like 11
over 10
years.
Yeah, over 10 years.
And I didn't know that I'm like, oh, I'm a bad wife.
I may be down to my last layers of skin. I don't know.
Yeah. We need to be careful.
Well, that's good. You know, as long as, you know, I think the biggest thing is if you're financially okay.
Yeah.
You know, and you can deal with that and stuff like that. I think that's the biggest battle that people are finding.
Right. Yeah, definitely. You know? And we are very grateful for our situation. We've kept our overhead really low because he doesn't work a lot. So just to make sure that he can continue to do what he's doing and really stress out about money. So that it ended up being really beneficial for us now because we were still working for a while. Well, and I'm still working. So I still get my salary because of making schedules, I'm on calls and all of that. So like my paycheck hasn't stopped at all.
Right. And the same thing with me, you know, I'm working. So it's different, which is good because I brought the laptop home. I brought a document camera home and I'm able to, you know, I brought some of my books home, although there's so much online that I could have done.
Yeah.
But, you know, it really helps, you know, it's just when you want to, sometimes you forget you can't do certain things.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't, I need that, and you just can't get it, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing is certain, like it's, and that's why we do recognize that there are people that are, you know, that are sick, that are that are at risk, that are stuck at home, that don't have anybody with them, that don't have stuff to do, all that other stuff.
Mama's, you know, by herself. And then also my Nana is also by herself. So
I was going to ask, how's your mom, Pat?
She's she's good. She's
good.
Still working.
Yeah, she's still working.
Really changed.
It's
that's good. You know, when I go see Mama, you know, I'll go and stand out in the street, you know, or drop her something off, and I gotta go. You know.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You know,
but it'll be better soon. Like that's the thing is like it's one of those things of like we know that those are those cases. That's why we feel bad.
Yeah.
But overall, like it's a situation. I'm just happy that so far we have known pretty much everybody we've known is safe and sound.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, and that's why I go out once a week. But I mean, when I come back, everything is wiped because of Carl's immune system. You know, it's wipe this, it's clean that, put this here.
Right.
I have a routine that takes, you know, and then put everything away. So
and now with more people doing that stuff, I feel like overall, I really feel like the risk is going to go down. But it's you guys.
Well, that's good.
Like soon, I mean, with all the beaches being open and everything, that's not going to help. But
well, they say outside it's not as prevalent to last long, so that can help. They opened the beaches in Port Charlotte.
Oh, did they? Yeah, they're opening. Yeah. The golf courses on Friday here, golf courses, marinas, and private private campgrounds.
Right.
So we'll start to see a spike there.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
My store opens on Tuesday, so this weekend we'll go back in, start turning stuff off. We've been closed for about 2 months.
Now, are you going to wear masks?
Yeah, we have to wear masks.
Okay.
It's a whole.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, we
I
have to.
bet. But you're not opening doors, are you?
No, just drive through.
Okay, well, that's helps in a way.
Yeah.
To keep you safe, because you never know. It's just the same thing. Liability is a big thing.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things you have to worry about is, and what's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got it because I was there.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know where you got it from.
Yeah. And we're next to a hospital. That's why we closed, was because they had testing tents that you could see from my store. So they were like, that's going to bring everybody that has symptoms right into your immediate location.
Sure.
So let's just close just to be on the safe side. And then it ended up not being bad. They were doing that precautionary, so that way if there was a flood of
but you don't know, and if you by chance stay open,
mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden you get that, there's another whole set of another problems that you have. I mean, same thing with the schools. We were on spring break, and I said we're not going back. So do
you think you'll open in the fall?
They just did a survey, and I just answered a survey for that. I think that's going to be really questionable, because especially with little kids,
mm-hmm.
they get a runny nose. It's like this.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a nightmare to control that.
It's like they want to touch you and hug you, and
mm-hmm.
I think they're going to wind up opening it. I think it's just going to be really, like for me, very hard, because I know that when I came back from Moffitt and Carl was isolated and I did go back to work,
mm-hmm.
I was anal about, you come in my room, we don't touch hands, you use hand sanitizer, because I had to. So we were already doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think if it does come back, I think the back to school shopping is going to be a lot different.
Oh yeah.
Everything's going to be backpacks, pens, pencils, thermometers,
sanitizers, face masks.
We do that. They already get that stuff. So that was, not too bad. I just think it's going to be difficult, especially I'm in a room that's maybe 6 feet, 7 feet wide, and mm-hmm. having a lot of kids. That's a very close area to have 6 kids, 7 kids, and then my one-on-one is like shoulder to shoulder, closer than you.
Yeah. And that's cool. That's cool that they're including you in the decision too. They're saying they're testing the waters. They're saying like how are you going to feel safe going back, or what will you feel? Because that's the thing is like, what do you think? I think like if you have disposable masks in every room, like if every kid puts on a new mask for every class, takes it off
block
at the end of
scheduling.
class.
Like if you have
actually, they just took away that.
Oh, did they?
South of us, somewhere Collier County had blocks, and they took that away for some reason.
That's what they're talking about at work. We haven't done it yet. They're doing it in China, Starbucks, the Starbucks stores in China, where you have groups. So it's like group A, B, and C, and you schedule them together, but they can only work together. So if from the group A, if somebody calls off, only somebody from group A can pick up a shift. If you can't, then you close the store. Like if you can't function,
right.
And there's no cross, that way those people are only limited to each other. And then, so they would work like 4 hours at a time.
It's the honor system though. Once they leave you,
right.
Depends on what, you go your separate ways and how cautious you are. So.
Right. And so that's why they're talking about just doing it that way. And then even if those people do go in big groups, it's still only going to limit to those 5 people or whatever your groups would look like.
It's a work in progress. I think things will keep working through, as situations warrant.
Right.
And I don't think that's why I don't think it's going to be over for quite a while.
Oh no.
There's always going to be more stuff coming out. So.
And things evolve, if they do come up with a vaccine, then what happens after that? Do you get sick from that? And then I know they're talking about the warmer weather will be good. It won't be able to thrive as much, the virus, but then we get another wave next winter. So, it's like, we'll see.
Yeah, so many questions. So.
Yeah.
But all we can do is the best that we can, and then roll with the punches. I keep telling my team, like, be flexible because there's so much change. Like day to day things.
Our thing is grace and compassion. Treat everyone with grace and compassion. I mean, down to grades. You know, everybody has to, you know, it's just understand. No matter what, you have to understand, you know, and sometimes you get frustrated. So it's
I've been frustrated. But yeah, that's like everybody's doing the best that they can. Everyone handles stress differently, and you have to be respectful of that and just, you know, do the best that you can. That's it, and be compassionate and have empathy.
All right. So why did you have this? Were you going to the Zoom?
Well, it's our podcast.
Yeah.
And so we just thought, like, hey, let's just put it out there, because we usually have a guest, and we don't have a guest lined up for today. So we're like, hey, let's just throw it out there and let's see who pops on.
Well, I'll let you do your podcast then.
Right, well, thank you.
So much.
Thanks for stopping in. It was so nice seeing you.
It was good to see you. I'm sorry to have kept you though.
Oh, no, you're totally fine. No, don't worry.
Well, we miss you and all that, and stay safe.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. And stay in touch.
I will.
All right.
You too. Love you. Bye.
I love you too. Bye.
But yeah, I think that's a overall that's the kind of common thread, like has been like, just keep chugging along. I mean, there's you don't have any kind of update. There's no other thing really. It was nice to talk to Kathy.
It's my Aunt Kathy. She is a huge Florida State fan, if you cannot tell.
Yeah.
They live in Port Charlotte, which is,
well, you don't have to.
I guess, yeah. Well, they live like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours away from Tallahassee, and they drive they did at one point drive almost every Saturday to Tallahassee.
We even get to talk to her about
there
that.
And back. Like they had a cool tailgate where they have a TV. They've got like this whole big setup. They're huge FSU fans. But yeah.
Hopefully she'll be okay. I mean, like she's still working.
Yeah.
Everybody's still healthy, hopefully in the home and everything. I know that I follow Carl on
my cousin,
on Facebook and everything like that. So he's
a captain. He charters.
Still been able to go out in the boats.
Yep.
So that's good. I mean, like again, that's what you want to hear. You want to hear people that are like, it hasn't been that bad.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing is because it is bad for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And obviously people that everybody, you don't want to, I mean, you don't know everybody. I can't say that I don't want everybody to suffer.
Well, yeah.
I don't.
Should we talk about who you want to suffer?
No,
I'm just kidding. No.
Well, we won't name names. But no. There's definitely been like I said, yes, $1,200 is not a lot to some people or to some families or anything like that, but maybe you've overextended yourself. We would have done that, and we lucked out. We made the correct decision. This was never foreseen. This would never have been foreseen, and this would have never been something that we would have planned for.
No.
So
I remember when because I get my news from the Daily Mail, and I remember when it was in China, and like at one point somebody was driving and the police officer pulled him out of the car because they had a fever, and then stuck him in like a van. So they had checkpoints that they were checking, and I was like, that is insane. That's crazy. And then next thing you know, it was here. And the first time that it kind of hit home was Manny, when they closed the park, and he was like, I don't have a job. Like it went from like being on the other side of the world to like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I don't have a job. Like, and it happened so quickly.
Like, it was to the point where it was so close. It was so fast and close that it was like, it was closing things down, like to a point where it was, I don't know, being maybe misinformed or whatever, but it was people were closing down or thinking about closing down or talking about closing down so early on to it that, and it's been so staggered. That's why I don't understand why people are complaining. I don't understand why like I do understand like business owners aren't making money.
I think it's more
but
of
it's the fact
fear. It's just
obviously, but that's because there's people like us that maybe got it at the beginning. I would like to believe that it's only those people, but I know that there's other people that are like, yeah, it has been 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever the fuck it has been. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
A month at least, right?
We're way over a month.
What? Oh no.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. That's the part where it gets scary. But I'm still at the point where if it's
so on 4/13 we were at day 43, and that's just us. Like that's just like PA.
me and you.
Well,
Or that it's
like
been-
this, that it was brought up on a work call
Right.
that like, oh, this is day 43 of us. And that was on the 13th. So yeah, we're
like
almost
2
at
weeks ago.
we're almost at 60 days.
Yeah.
Of
2 months.
of dealing with this. So craziness.
Yeah. And the fact that so nobody's really okay, obviously. If I didn't
No.
even know how many days it's been. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, yeah. And it's one of those things too, depending on where you live, how you've been affected.
Right. Like Kathy's still teaching. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
I can't imagine though, like little kids
First
trying to
graders.
get
What are
them
you
to
teaching them?
stay right, and like get them to stay focused and like pay attention on the computer and stuff. Like that'd be such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I do think that one of the glass half full,
Yeah. Half cup.
a half cup,
Yeah.
is appreciation for teachers. I
Yeah.
think there is a much bigger appreciation for teachers and what they have to deal with parents. Obviously, your kids aren't going to listen to the parents as much as they would to the teacher, because that's just how it goes. Like, you know how to push your parents' buttons to get what you want, especially as a little kid.
Yeah.
But that, like, doing what you have to do and then thinking about an entire classroom of that. Like, or, you know, maybe if your child has like ADHD or something like that, and then there are teachers in classrooms that their whole classes are kids that have either learning disabilities or just need a little extra help. And it's like, can you imagine having 10 of your kid and having to keep their attention and help them retain information? Like, that's insane.
What's
so
the point? Just take it off. Take a year off. Everybody skips a year or gets held back a year or whatever.
No, everybody passes. They're moving everybody on.
Really?
Yeah, you know, they're at least in Pennsylvania.
I'm telling you, man.
Pennsylvania, they said.
That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make, is the fact that me at any stage of my life would have been perfect for this. Like, would have benefited from this.
Yeah.
Because, like,
if you were a kid,
like, as the student being like, you know, oh, the big test is coming up. Have you studied? Like, still, no, not even a little bit. Have you done that big report? Like, nope. Mm-mm. I would wait till the night before almost all of the time.
Me too.
And it would barely ever truly, like, it wouldn't always like pay off, but it would definitely, like, especially at the end of the year, if they were just like, oh yeah, like classes like PE and health class or some shit, where I was just like, I don't give a fuck about this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck about this right now because you're doing arm circles. Like, what the fuck do I give a shit about arm circles?
What do you mean, like that?
Yeah. I mean, that's not like, that wasn't it. But
Okay.
that's not the only thing. Like, but also like what, dodgeball, like running track. Like, oh yeah, I want to run for a fucking hour.
No, that is true. But so when I was a kid,
and then at the end of the year, they're just like,
I felt the same way. Like, this is stupid. I don't want to have to do this. But it is such a good idea to get kids into exercising and get into that habit.
Yeah. Because
what a great thing to be able to take with you as an adult. Like, I think about like running track and stuff, and I always thought, like, this, why do people do like cross country and track and all of that? And then I was like, oh, but if you really enjoy it and you get into it in high school or whatever, that's something that you can do for the rest of your life. And you don't need anything. You don't need equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You just go outside and you just run.
Yeah.
So I've thought about that too. Like, when we have kids, that is something that I would love to make sure that they get into at a young age.
Pay attention to what they're doing, and then go like, oh, do you like that a lot?
Yeah.
We should try that. You want to try that as a thing? Like, do you want to take classes or lessons at that, or certain things like that? Like, that's that little nudge, you know? And I was very athletic as growing up,
pretty much from all of elementary,
Mhm.
middle school, and then some of high school, and then it kind of trickled off. But yeah, I wish I would have been able to build more of a habit with that, so I could take that with me in life.
Yeah.
Because now I don't want to. I just wanted to say a big I appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you.
What do you mean?
On a couple of different levels. So
Oh.
one, helping out with dinner.
Yeah.
Like us going back and forth. So like, I don't know. I just feel like we've done a lot of shared responsibility. And I guess maybe it could be more of appreciation for me from you in the sense that I don't do that on a normal like you do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that has been really fun. And then also you watched the first Hobbit movie with me last night. And I really appreciated it. I really enjoyed it. I bought all 6 movies. So I got the 3 Hobbits and then the 3 Lord of the Rings. And I told him he did not have to watch the Lord of the Rings for sure. But I said, you should try the Hobbit because I felt like it's a lot quicker. But then when I was watching it and then I realized you were not into it at all, it was quicker for me because I already knew the characters. So there was a lot like there wasn't a ton of character building because you already have the not prequel, but the like post Hobbit.
The postquels.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So for me when I watched those movies, I was like, oh, this is way like quicker. And then you don't have all of the back information from Lord of the Rings, so it really wasn't quicker for you.
every single there were no stakes in it. They were like even watching them set up, even the first it's so. The majority of that movie is them talking about awesome shit that happened at other times. That's it, and not even like the classic thing that I normally hate of the dramatization.
Yeah.
Of the this is by the way. But it's just they're just at first they're like, and that's just a lot of bullshit talking and a lot of people that are coming in that are like, hey, it's this guy. And it's like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I give a shit?
Yeah.
And they're like, do you remember that battle that we had 3 years ago? Yeah, it was cool. Got the sword. Anyway.
What'd you think of I loved the goblins underground from the mountain. Wasn't that cool?
Singing bullshit goblins?
Well, okay, not the singing part, but the rest of it I thought was really cool.
No, Gollum is stupid. Gollum is who in the fuck would ever be scared of Gollum? Scared going, ugh, that's ugly as fuck, like a possum.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then a possum, even a possum, eventually you're like, oh, it's cute. You know what I mean?
He eats you. That's scary.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
why would he eat you? He's nothing. He has nothing. He has no power except for the ring thing, right? And then the ring. Why is the ring here? Why is the ring anywhere?
Because that's how it got discovered. It was gone for 500 years. Nobody knew where the ring was. And then that's how it was found.
Everything
and that's
how
that was cool too.
Fucking stupid.
Well, I appreciate you indulging.
Boy, oh boy. And I got to tell you, I know that the biggest thing that you hear about a lot of those movies is the special effects.
Yeah.
Right? They go this is a marvel in cinematic achievement and all this shit.
Yeah.
It looks so they all have the biggest, blockiest makeup, clearly fake fucking noses on. Clearly fake. And I gotta get it. Okay, so now I figured this out, by the way. I figured out officially the difference between why I'm okay with Harry Potter and that magic and all that shit, aside from the lasers, the straight up there you go, there's laser, there's magic. They go this is lifting, and then that's a thing. Aside from just that, it's the fact that they're consistent. They're hey, that over here, that's your muggle world, right? That's where normal shit happens. That's where you got cows and this, and then you come over here.
They have cows in the wizarding world as well.
Yeah, but they also have pippigriffs and shiffifoofs and poopy flies and fluffafoos. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But in Lord of the Rings, they're going oh, that's
Mhm.
malarkey, and there's
It's a whole
chickens,
nother
and then
world.
there's this, and then they also go like, and then that was another thing we watch with the subtitles on because you're deaf as fuck.
Yep.
And I was wondering, I was like, what are these giant birds? What are these? Are these floofy doos? Or are
They're
they
eagles.
They're just eagles. They're just big eagles that are sentient and know how to help people.
Well,
What the fuck?
but Gandalf whispered to the butterfly and said, "Hey, help
What the fuck?
a homie out."
Why does he knows magic? He's one
Right,
of the
but that's-
five
but I
most
think
powerful
that's-
things in the world. Just go.
I didn't read the
"Pugh."
books. I don't know, but I think that was the magic. Maybe
Ugh.
he made the eagles big. They're not just big eagles. He did that. I don't know. But
Because there's magical, like they go like, oh my god, there's trolls here, there's goblins, and then they're like, no, orcs are fake, those don't exist. Like, or what each thing, like every once in a while they're like astonished. Why? How can you be astonished by anything in that world? Because that's the thing, is where they're Middle
but if you
Earth,
never leave,
but they still have chickens and like cows and like bills and cleaning. You know what I mean? Like what? I don't know. There's just no consistency.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
I don't think you can have fighting mountains and chickens in the same movie.
Where were their chickens?
They discuss chickens multiple times. They have eggs they were talking about, and he goes, "Where's my?" And then there's chickens. He ran past chickens at one point. So where are they?
Okay, so where the hobbits
Where
live,
is Middle Earth?
Iceland. That's where they filmed it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was New Zealand actually, but
Oh, New Zealand. You're right. Sorry.
it was a land.
It was
but-
Lind.
Uh,
That is one thing too, that watching that movie, because it, it like pans out and you can see the mountains, you see everything. I'm like, oh, I want to go so bad. I would love to go to New Zealand. No, not, is it New Zealand?
yeah, just
Yeah,
said
New
that.
Zealand. Sorry, New Zealand, Iceland, because Iceland looks. It isn't actually right. Greenland is like covered in ice.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then Iceland
Who
is
knows
green,
now?
right?
Now
Isn't that
it's
how
all
it goes?
overtaken by elk because
Well.
there's been no human there now.
Yeah.
It's usually bustling with a lot of humans, but since Corona, they had to shut down the tourism in Iceland. So.
Yay.
I know. But no, I think the biggest thing with okay, so that's the thing. Is there an Iceland in Middle Earth?
No.
So
There's like Mordor, and there's I don't know. I don't
Right.
know. I just like the movies. I didn't read the books. I'm not that into it.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's a fun escape.
Like I guess
Like that's what I like. It's like it's just another world. Our rules don't apply. It's all.
But that's the thing. Our rules do apply. Like they're all mortal, essentially, right? They all like they're fairy tale creatures.
Well, I think yes, they're all like immortal, but like when I think about like with Harry Potter, for instance, so butterbeer in the books and whatever does have alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And they do serve it to children because it doesn't affect them because of their magical blood. So there's different things where like, yes, they're immortal, but they're a little different.
Okay,
Like not
so-
everything applies to them because they are a little magical.
This is the thing. Okay, so in Star Wars, it happens. They're saying this happened in a galaxy
Far, far away.
far, far away, a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Mhm.
Like, so they're saying like this happened, like in time. Like they're not
Right.
specific, but they're saying this happened a long time ago, for real,
Mm-hmm.
right? This so ideally, in reality, Star Wars could have actually happened.
Yes, in
Okay.
a different galaxy. Yep.
So in Harry Potter, right?
It could happen because it's in another world.
Exactly. They're saying like we're gonna go to this place, and then
Mhm.
we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna be here,
Yeah. But
and it has its own all before and after and all the stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's everything. In Lord of the Rings, they're just saying like that they're all just mythical creatures. Like they're saying like this is happening in Middle Earth, and where is Middle Earth? Like
Yeah.
in subject to where? Like
there
is-
are people that can answer these questions. I'm just not that.
like the same
that
thing with like
person,
Game of
just
Thrones.
so you
Like,
know.
are they here? Like, is there still a Cincinnati somewhere on the globe of Game of Thrones, or is that the entire world?
It is the entire world. But
It
it's
seems like there's only 5 places in the world. There's
Well,
only 5. There's 7 continents.
I don't
right?
know. Like I don't
6?
know if I would assume this is like, I don't know, a very, 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 very long time ago. So the continents at that point, like, you know, when the Earth, at one point, everything was together. The plates.
Yeah.
So that's when it was when everything was
So where are the dinosaurs?
more connected. Right. I think it might be like,
Why aren't the chickens raptors?
For the dinosaurs. Because it's make believe.
Exactly. It's make believe. They're saying
Yeah.
Harry Potter is saying this is happening now. Star Wars is saying this happened a long time ago for real. And then Lord of the Rings just be like, wee, there's no. They're like, there's no humans. There's no, like, there's no stakes. Again, like I said, there's no stakes. There's no stakes. They all have magic swords that glow sometimes and then they don't glow other times. And then, like, a hobbit that's never fought before. Like,
because they don't. Like, he was
right.
He was the first one to leave the Shire. They do not go. And then, like I said, I've seen the first Hobbit movie probably 3 or 4 times. And wait,
by the way, isn't Gollum a hobbit?
Yes.
You lied.
Why?
Because where the fuck was he?
Well, in Lord of the Rings, I can't remember, but he was fishing in the Shire, like right there, and he found the ring, and then it makes you go crazy essentially, and then he ran off. But he got the ring from home.
Right.
It was in the river, and then he left. But the ring, like, essentially made him do it because he was like, I have to protect this. I have to I have to protect this ring. This is precious, and then he left. But
I hate Gollum. I hate Gollum as a villain almost as much as I hated that fucking guy in that. He's
a character that it's the
I would not be scared of him.
It's the love-hate relationship where you feel really bad for him because people that have emotions.
I've never eaten Hobbit. You are a Hobbit.
Right, but
so why wouldn't you mention that?
He's
like,
so distorted. He doesn't need. He has no idea. He's so.
But he still knows to eat.
Up. Well, yeah, that's instinctual stuff.
And he knows to sneak up on stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not crazy animalistic.
You adapt. Well, animals adapt.
But what does he adapt? Like, that's what I'm saying. Is does he ever? I don't know. I that's my thing. Is like I would be startled by Gollum, and I would never. So once it's off of you, you don't go back to normal at all.
Not for how long he had it. Like, I think he had it for like 100 years. Like, he had it for a very...
He was wearing it for that long?
Yeah, he had it on his person.
Right.
And it can affect you because, like, in the Lord of the Rings, they don't put it on because they could be found. Then, I don't know who the guy is, but...
I thought it was the exact opposite. I thought you're not found. This is what I'm saying. There's just so many holes.
No, the necromance guy, the guy that is, like, essentially controlling it.
The other guy with the sword that looked like everybody else's sword that everybody recognized immediately. They're like,
yeah, he was dead, and it's like, hey, we know that he was buried with that, and there's no way that anybody could just go in and get that sword. So they're like, WTF, what's going on?
My favorite part was she was like, there's no way that he could have escaped. He was in a undisclosed location, but then explained exactly where he was, and I was like.
Well, they're like, she's essentially so each thing. So you have the goblins, the dwarfs, the elves, like all of these groups of people will, and each for rulers so that everybody would kind of get along. Each person got a ring, each like king or queen or whatever. So they're essentially like the government. Like they're like the council. So
the elves.
She is, there's one leader from each group.
What about the orcs?
The orcs are bad. They're a weapon essentially. So the bad guys made them.
I hate the orcs. I hate the dog. By the way, that was another thing I noticed too. Were all of the supernatural creatures? If you go back and watch the first Hobbit movie, and you'll notice that every one of the the goblin what were the things that were singing? Goblins. The underground goblins, right?
Yeah.
Or trolls? Which one were trolls?
Those are goblins.
We were trolls.
Trolls.
No, those were trolls. The singing ones were trolls. Goblins. or something else. I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. But those and the guys that came down from the hill, or from the mountain, whatever those giant British ones, right? That just kept arguing about eating instead of eating, which is again the place that they said they were stupid. But all of them just look like they look exactly the same. They look exactly like the same creatures.
They
Just
essentially
different sizes.
right. They essentially are, but it's again
And
like
orcs look exactly so like
adapting to their environment. So they whatever they
I don't know. It just kind of like to me for them to I wasn't invested in any of them. I don't even remember how it ended. I can't even tell you how it ended. I can't remember. What was it? So the Hobbit got the ring, jumped over. But again, you were so much bigger. You were so much stronger than Gollum. You like what? There's no reason. There is reason to be startled by him, but not to be scared of him. Just step on him. Step on his face as hard as you can with your giant feet, and you'll be fine. You'll be more than fine, right? And then other than that, like, I don't.
He did see him kill a goblin.
Yeah, but he was trying to kill the same goblin. Like, so who the fuck are you?
Well, right, but I'm just saying, like, you're by yourself. He's not a fighter. At that point, I don't think he had used the sword.
I guess that was another thing, too, was where you were saying, like, in this mystery world where they were saying, like, dragons would never exist here. And they're like, but you're trolls. Like, you fucking idiots. Like, what are you talking about? Why are trolls normal? So are there humans? Anywhere?
No.
There's never humans in this world.
Oh, well, yes, in Lord of the Rings, yes, but not with the hobbits. No, in the Hobbit movies, there's not humans because they're the king.
So there's a Middle Earth, there's a Mordor, and then there's still a Chicago
no.
Because there is a Chicago in Star Wars, but it's just a galaxy much in the future, far away.
Yeah, no, there's no.
In Harry Potter, you just take a train, go through a wall, you're back in New York City, or you can go to London, or whatever you want.
I'm sure if we like even if we picked up a book, the first page will probably say
no. That's
world.
I've fallen for that trick before. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna open up any books and join into a world of imagination. They tried it in school. Nice try. Not gonna happen again.
Ay.
Do you love me?
I love you so much.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And again, thanks for putting up with that.
I appreciate your appreciation of me. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
What do you appreciate about me?
Working very hard.
Oh, thanks.
Being very patient. Wrestling with me.
Yep.
I've been kicking your ass because you haven't been posting.
I'm calling myself the Taint Reaper.
Yeah, because I'm the Fart Reaper. So she's been trying to capture my taint, and it's impossible.
Trying to get me.
Yeah, she's trying to goose me, and I just basically have to defend it. And
I do a really good job, though. I'm very strong.
You do it for a long time too. That's the point. Is the fact that we get to drill. Oh, I get to drill as much as I want.
Hey yo!
But like we go a couple minutes. I mean, 5 to 8 minutes, I'd say, wrestling around. Whenever you get the mood and you want to try to get the bug, you can't get it. You can never get this.
You were impressed by my move today. The kick.
What kick?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, because you checked. Yeah, because at first we started standing up this time instead of we didn't just automatically start grappling, but we started striking first. But then I tried to teach her all the elbows that I could have gotten on her, and she was just not convinced. She wanted me to elbow her, but I wouldn't because I'm a hero and a gentleman.
A hero?
Yeah. Did I say that first?
When a hero comes along.
But yeah, I do appreciate you doing so much cooking, so much working.
I've enjoyed that. It's been a blessing and a curse. I absolutely hate having to have to come up with breakfast, lunch, and dinner of meals of what to eat. That has been quite annoying, but I do enjoy cooking. So that has been nice to be able to do that and then not eating out as much.
Yeah.
I do miss it. Like today I was kind of like, when you were like, what do you want to do for lunch? I was like half tempted to be like, let's go to Chipotle. Let's order to go to Chipotle.
One thing I will say,
but I was like, no, we'll just eat what's here.
One thing I will say is that I have learned from many people's lessons, I will never fucking order from Uber Eats or any of that.
No.
Like, God damn it. I've heard nothing but horror stories with that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been pretty bad with those. So I anything that we can go pick up.
Yeah. And it's been like when we've done it,
delivered,
we've
from the place,
right,
from
yeah.
the business,
got, like,
because the
pizza.
business has the actual, like the business has the actual, they have the issue that if they're an asshole or if they ruin your
there's
experience,
accountability.
they will
Right,
will be held responsible. Whereas Uber Eats, even if
They
they
don't
call
give a
and
fuck.
I mean, they may still blame you, but they didn't, like, if there's something physically wrong or I don't know,
Right.
financially or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But either way, yeah, you're right.
But we've gone, like, we'll go get carry out when we're already out. So, like, if I go grocery shopping, I'll go grocery shopping and then pick something up on the way home. But that's it. Like, I'm already out. We don't go out of our way to.
Yeah, support local, like, restaurants and stuff if they are open, if they are able to offer the services that are mandated by the CDC or local government or anything like that. Coop Korean fried chicken is amazing in Camp Hill. That's
so good.
We've eaten there a couple times.
I think 3 times since this is all happened.
Muskin has been kind enough to bring us Divino's Pizza.
Yes, from Hanover. We get the Big Mac pizza. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And you warm it up in the oven perfectly. Yeah, like, really I don't like the pizza. I mean, we talk about pizza, I feel like, every episode.
It doesn't matter. It's part of our life.
But like, a big part of, I like cold pizza. And I will pick my pizza places based off of, is this good cold? Because a lot of the times I cannot reheat it that it tastes good. Like, even back in the day when we had a microwave, like, you can't microwave pizza. And you can put it in the oven, but then sometimes it just gets so hard. But you make it so that it's, like, crispy and gooey and delicious. So spot on with that. So thank you, Muskin, for the
And I will always be here to reheat it. If he wants to bring his by, I know him and his family have been cooped up. They've been, I mean, they're all still working too, but they've been cooped up. They
have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh.
Treats like that, stopping by the house and just getting to catch up a little bit and get some nice, delicious pizza is, like we say, it's every episode we talk about pizza. And also, so check out the video of Dom giving me a facial. If
that was fun.
Suggestions for anything?
If there's anything, any other. See, my thing was not that I was, like, trying to hurt you, but women go through a lot of pain to be beautiful. And I just wanted you to kind of, like, experience that and feel like what we have to go through as women to peacock for you, you specifically. Well, at least for me, I'm peacocking for you, not anybody else.
If I could say, it was so easy and it wasn't a challenge at all. It didn't hurt even a little bit. So
I'm going to try. There was a honey mask, and the honey mask is what I did.
Yeah.
And
you're going to put that on my head.
That sucked. That really sucks. Like, my face was red.
Yeah. If you want to just tear my hair out, I don't know if we're actually doing that okay. And I don't know. And I don't know if you actually appreciate me that much, if you want to just hurt me that much.
I don't know. I just want you to, like, walk a mile in my shoes.
I'll do anything you want. I'll shave my genitals. I'll
shave.
Wax my genitals.
But what if I waxed?
I won't even let you touch my taint. Why the hell makes you think, like, but
I don't have to wax your taint. I could just wax around everything else.
What do you mean around everything else? Like like a crop circle?
Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, wax your penis.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to.
It's not hairy, so.
And you know what? And you know why I know that you've never experienced that? Because you don't have a penis.
It's true.
So you can't even say that.
Yeah.
Got it?
I've never gotten my hoo-ha waxed either, so I can't experience that.
That's something we can do together at home.
Let's do that.
Waxes. There you go.
We'll do, like, do we do each other or do we do ourselves?
No, I'm not gonna. First of all, maybe we'll put it on ourselves, because that's the thing is, like, I saw how you're putting on that mask, and
What do you? What,
You're just like, there we go. There,
Yeah.
got that. There you go. So I don't want you applying it hot wax down there. so loosey goosey, because I would never want to do that to you.
Right, but I'd be a little more gentle with hot wax.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll
but
see.
maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do his and her waxes.
Oh my God,
else.
that would be hilarious.
Or if there's any other suggestions that people may have, just send them in to the show page. Comment on this link. Subscribe wherever you're listening. That'd be great. And check out all the podcasts on the network.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I know you when you plug stuff, you plug all of your podcasts, but I don't know if people really understand. Pat's building a production company. It's called right, but I mean that's what this is. It's called Baby Mermaids. So everything that he is doing and we're doing, so the Twitch Board Georges is on there. So all of the video games and stuff, all of the podcasts that Pat produces, all of that is on yeah.
Classic.
Great green screen.
Yeah, loving it. Thanks, Amazon.
Thanks so much.
I mean, I know that's not it. It's user.
We gotta figure it out. But yeah, so which that has also been the cup half full. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that.
You came up with
I know.
Glass half full.
Yeah. We've been able to kind of focus on that and get into a routine and kind of map that out of what we want that to look like. So we will continue to use this medium, because like we were saying with Aunt Kathy, this is gonna be around for a while. How we live our lives is gonna be affected by this for a long time. So it's been really cool to be able to play around with this. And then, you and a couple of your peers are really going to pioneer this. I think you guys are going to figure out how to make life a little bit more normal but different, but still be able to entertain people.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Cool.
Yeah, and you're a part of it.
And it's fun to be creative and figure it out. And there are no rules, so it's just hey, let's try this. Yeah. We bought a green screen. We thought it would be cool. It's not working right now, but
it didn't work. Not working right now.
But
not as of right now.
But who knows? Other things may come of it, and we'll collab with other people. And what's been really nice too is being able to our the episode that we're doing tomorrow, he lives in LA. So that's really cool. And we could have done it before, but with these changes, this has made it more possible and and everybody's available. So now everyone's oh, this is really easy. We can continue to do this even outside of when things do go back to normal. We can keep doing this and reach more people and connect more. And so I'm really excited for that.
Nice. Yeah, me too. And I appreciate you saying all the kind words, and I appreciate you helping me.
Yeah. No, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
So it's been a learning experience. We're trying to figure out a lot of the stuff, and it's been trial and error. Mm-hmm. And I do enjoy that, but it is one of those things, like you said, it's a work in progress. But it's not. That just means you're not going to get anywhere faster than you should be. Right.
And it's been nice to see. Yes, it's been 2 months, but it's been nice to see we can work together. Yeah. But this type of
this works.
This works for us. So that's really exciting. So now we have to figure out a way to make our life kind of stay here as much as possible. Yeah. So that's nice to kind of have that framework to try to live our best lives. And that's all we're trying to do.
Yeah. So make sure you follow her at wife_George, PG comedian on Instagrams. Follow the Gross Domesticated podcast, or like the page on Facebook, because that will post episodes there. Or obviously we'll be posting them from us as well.
Yep.
And if you have any suggestions for Dom, anything for Dom to do to me, just leave them in the.
I got a couple suggestions.
Oh boy.